Bro,
like very popular.
I thought it's a show.
It's like I think it's a channel.
Oh, it's a podcast for sure. It's a podcast for sure. I know what you're talking about.
I want to search it, but I'm afraid to Google that.
Right, yeah, yeah. Google that. See what comes up.
Come down.
Come down. Gross.
Okay, yeah, so it's a podcast, but they have a YouTube channel where they're all on there, where like all their movie reviews are on there. Dude, their fucking Titanic movie review is hysterical.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, hey.
Welcome. Hey, Joel. You haven't seen you over a week, dude.
I know. You have a lot to tell us about. You had a big twip.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Fuck yeah.
When did you send me this message?
Who can say?
809. I can say.
There you go. I believe you. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel.
And this is episode 110. Yeah, we wanted to celebrate our 110th episode with nothing. We don't have.
It is 110, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's fantastic, dude. Why don't we shove some hot sauce in our bungs or something?
Why don't we chug a bottle of hot sauce and fucking throw up fucking hot sauce?
Oh, I was about to say, why don't we shoot ourselves in the head? Let me explain why that's funny real quick. There was a museum of death in LA that was a trick. It was actually a Scientology museum, okay? And you go through the whole thing and they give you headphones so that you can listen to what's happening at each exhibit, you know?
You did so much Scientology stuff over there.
Oh, I know. And as you're going, it starts to be like, oh, damn, this is like super anti-psychology and like medicine in general. And then you're just going through and you're like, wow, fuck, I don't think this dude died from what they're saying he died from. All right, anyway. And then you get to the end and they show you a video. And that's when they fucking lay it on finally. That's the Scientology if you want to know more. But it's a dude, and I know the dude who's the actor. This is why we went to this, okay? The actor was Fernie and Adrian. Their downstairs neighbor was a bit player in a lot of B movies, and he did some like some work for things like Scientology training videos and stuff like that. But he wasn't that kind of guy. Anyway, long, beautiful surfer blonde hair. And he stares at the camera and he goes, here at Scientology, we don't believe that you have to believe what we believe. You could walk out of this building and get hit by a bus or shoot yourself in the head. And then the video just ends. It just ends on that note. And they're like, all right, walk right this way. It's like, what the fuck?
That reminds me of that one episode, that the movie Hook. When he's like, oh, why does somebody just shoot me in the head? And he's all, bang, bang. He's like, why does everybody just shut up? Mark, get them the hell out of here. I'm on the phone call of my life.
I like that you threw all that in. Check that. Make sure we're still recording. That was hella loud.
Joel, we don't have the old rig anymore, dude.
Oh,
we got the new stuff, man. You don't remember that? Remember the upgrade? For all the customers that have been here since the beginning, again, thank you. We love you. But y'all remember our older episodes were like, well, we're back. We had to cut out. We had a freaking laptop that I pretty much might as well found in a fucking dumpster. We're like lugging everything up. Joel just like, hey, man, we got to take all this down so Caroline can eat. I'm like, what? Like every time Caroline has to eat. So we got to take all this down.
I forgot she refused to eat at the couch. She was like, "No, I eat at the table with my fucking plate and my silverware, and I'm just on the couch with my hamburger." Like, what?
Like looking back, being like, are you watching this too? Freaking slasher films, eating chili.
I don't know why.
Want some?
I don't know.
You really didn't share very often. You don't know why? What?
I don't know why. Oh, I guess it's because you say something about buying a laptop or finding a laptop. Oh, you said finding a laptop
found in a dumpster.
Okay. I went to the airport one time when I was like 20 years old. I was very stupid. I was like not world worn yet. You know what I mean? Okay. Like I was. No, I was in LA. But I didn't live there yet. I had just visited for the first time, and I was at LAX coming home.
What do I do with my hands? I need to readjust my camera to where it's like I'm all.
I just keep my shit down here.
Okay.
But occasionally it looks like I'm whacking it, so I always put my hand up when it looks like that, so people know I'm not. But anyway, so I'm outside of the airport, and I had a lot of money in my pocket, like a lot of cash.
Okay.
Like
how much?
A lot, like over $2,000 in cash on me. Okay,
that's a lot of money.
Huge, stupid thing to do, you know. And
I know. I get it. I was doing that for a bit. Remember?
Yes, it was very stupid, and I definitely shouldn't have even had money like that anyway. Anyway, so I'm at the airport, and this big dude walks up to me, and he's wearing an army outfit. Okay, bald-headed dude. He looks like like a soldier.
Like, hey man, you have $2,000?
No, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, how you doing? You got a cigarette?" And I'm like, "Yep." I give him a cigarette. He's like, "You got a lighter?" I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "You want to buy my laptop?"
Yep.
And I was like, "Yep." Because I was thinking, here's what I was thinking. I had never gone to buy a laptop, and the last time that I had remembered buying a computer was when my parents had bought a computer, and I was like, "Oh, that was like $1,000 or some shit." And this dude's like, "Yeah, I got this laptop," and he pulls out this piece of shit Asus. And like now I would know, like, oh, it's a piece of shit Asus, but this is 2007 or 8, and I'm like, oh hell yeah. I'm like, look, I'm like, hell yeah, dude. And I'm trying to be cool with this dude, you know what I mean? He's like, and I'm vibing, bro. And so anyway, he's like, "I'll sell it to you," and I'm like, "I'll give you $1,000 for it," before he even tells me a price. I'm like, "I'll give you $1,000 for it," and his eyes got huge, and he's like, "Yeah, deal." And so I pull it out and I give him $1,000, and he hands it to me. He hands it to me and he goes, "Well, all right, man. Well, you just take it easy." And he turns around to walk off, and then he looks back at me and he comes like real close and he goes, "There's a lot of really weird shit on that." And then he just leaves. And I'm standing there missing $1,000, holding this laptop bag, and this dude dressed like a soldier who walked up to the airport but is now walking away from the airport is like, "There's a lot of weird shit on there," with this weird ass like grin. And so I'm terrified. So I threw that shit away by the McDonald's but I went all the way through security. And I threw it away, and then I went in the bathroom, and I was like, "Nah, you got to get that back." So I went back and dug it out of the trash can. That had to look insane, dude, digging a bag out of the trash can. And I get it home, and I'm like, "That's cool, man. That's cool. I probably shouldn't have given him $1,000, but that's cool. That's cool. Like, it works. It works. I'm sure it works." And when we go home, and I boot it up, and it doesn't even fucking work.
Dude, I thought you were going to say, I thought that whole thing you were going to be like, "Yeah." And so he asked for a cigarette. And I pulled it out. Yes, he goes, "You got a lighter?" And I thought you were going to say, I pull out my lighter, and all of a sudden, there's $2,000 just flying in the wind. So I thought you were going to say, like, he was like, "Oh, fuck." Just all your money is like, just fucking gone. Oh, shit, Joel. I don't know how I've never heard that story before. I mean, probably
I never told anybody that story because I was ashamed of it. I was like, this is so embarrassing. I got home and I just wanted everybody to think I did good over there. Like Joel went to LA by himself and he came back and he's fine. Because I was about to tell everybody, like, "Yo, I think I'm going to move there." And I was like, these fucking people already think I'm an idiot. I cannot tell them I handed some random, probably homeless fucking grifter $1,000 for a broken laptop. Dude, at the airport. Literally, they're screaming at you, "Do not fucking get any bags from anybody, okay?" And I'm down there like, "Hey, bro, let me get that bag. Here's $1,000.
You want to buy my laptop? Yeah, I'll give you $1,000.
Before I even do it, that was the full sentence. "Yep, I'll give you $1,000. God damn it.
Dude, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I've never heard that, and I'm so $1,000 for a laptop that doesn't work. And he said that he straight up told you had weird stuff on it. Well, after you bought it.
I've always wondered what he meant by that, or if it really even meant anything, because it didn't even work. But could have meant anything. The dude was dressed head to toe like a fucking soldier. Maybe it was like, "Hey, I just snuck this shit from fucking Baghdad. It's got a lot of shit you shouldn't know about." Like, that's worth $1,000.
You open it up and there's a tab there's a folder that just says "Do not open," and then you open it up and it just says there's another folder in there that just says whoops.
Prawn. It says prawn. Like, what the fuck is that?
You open it up and it's just fucking like, yeah, just shit you shouldn't be seeing.
Did you ever have a porn folder on your home computer?
No, I used to print it out. I used to like go to the sites and print it out.
What me and one of our friends used to do.
And like, yeah, I didn't know how to save it and stuff like that. I remember.
So you never had like, okay, like,
days.
Did you ever have a girl's number in your phone that you didn't want anybody to know was calling you, so you had her saved as like Pizza Hut or a movie shop?
No.
Everybody in my grade had basically the same person in their phone as different stores.
Hey, Journeys is calling you.
Bro, I used to get texts.
Hey, I gotta take this call real quick. Bed Bath & Beyond is calling.
I used to get texts from movie shop all the time, bro. I laughed so hard. You looked out at the movie shop texting.
But anyway, the movie shop texting you.
I was asking you that because I was reading.
It's like, hi.
A bunch of hearts. I gotta go return.
Movie shop. What you doing?
I gotta go. Return tapes.
Oh shit! Oh, that's my.
The reason I asked about the porn folder thing is because I was reading this thread on Reddit and that got brought up. Like, have you ever had? What did you name it? You know, because like you would always name it like N64 games or something your parents would never want to look at. But this dude said that his brother had a folder on his computer for 8 years on their family computer called hardcore porn. And no one ever looked at it. And one day the brother was like, what was actually in here? And clicked on it. And the madman had filled it with hardcore porn.
I had dude. Well, there's a VHS that one of my best friends growing up. You definitely know who it is. But and it was a VHS and it was The Bone Collector. The movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What movie is that? I can't remember.
It's Denzel and Angelina.
Yeah, so it starts off with the Bone Collector, and all of a sudden, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like, bam, 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 bam.
We had one DVD.
I never did that shit either.
We had one DVD that I swear to God passed through the entire junior, sophomore, and freshman boys' like hands. And I can't even say the name of it. It's so disgusting. It's Drunk on Something. And it's so bad. And there's a part in it where a girl throws up and goes, hello, pizza. And for like 2 years at Cuero High, you would hear dudes all the time going, hello, pizza, whenever pizza be around.
Dude, I just I think about the shit that I would do when we were younger and like how like open-minded we were without even realizing it because we were just a bunch of boys. And it's just like now that I'm an adult, I'm like, what the fuck?
Although we had one friend, and I'm not gonna name any names. We had
names.
We had one friend who wouldn't even watch straight porn because he was so offended by the sight of a penis. So we got this whole group of open-minded people, but we had one dude in the group who was like,
nah, no dinghies, no wieners. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, shit. So dude, you went on quite an adventure.
I did.
Can you tell us about it? I'd personally like to hear all about it. You fucking got to see the Sox beat the Yankees. Like, I want to hear all about everything.
Yeah, for sure, Joel. I'm happy to tell you. All right, so everybody, that Joel and I took a week off because I went on vacation. I ended my old job. I went on vacation with my beautiful girlfriend and saw some family in New England, and then I came back and I started my new job. Voila!
Come on,
but
man.
In between, no, for real. All joking aside, it was quite incredible. Yes, Cape Cod. So people are like, there's this thing about Cape Cod when you say, oh, I'm going to Cape Cod. People are like, oh, you're going to Cape Cod? Like, hey, dude, I don't have a pot to piss in. Never have. Hopefully will someday, but chances are never will.
Is the Cape supposed to be like super rich or something?
It goes hand in hand with wealth for the most part.
I guess I didn't realize that.
But the thing about Cape Cod, though, is just like any other wealthy part of the planet, it's like there's no in between. There's no blue collar. Well, there's blue collar there is, but it's typically extreme wealth or poor as fuck. You know what I mean? Like there's really not that in between and the main reason is because it's a tourist part of the planet. And any town that like makes a huge living off of tourism, they have off seasons. You know what I mean? So the Cape is known for summertime. And so pretty much June 26th to Labor Day, that's it. And like after that, everything like, especially like when you get closer to October, everything that's not like summer vibes and stuff starts to shut down until the next June, essentially, or maybe a little bit earlier. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyways, what I'm getting at is there's some people that still live on the Cape year round and they don't have pot to piss in for sure. And so it's pretty scummy. There's actually a really bad heroin problem on the Cape and things like that. So it's like,
I just watched a whole documentary about the heroin problem and the opioid problem over there.
I didn't even know there was a documentary. Please tell me what it is or what is it? What's it called?
I literally think it's called Heroin on the Cape or Cape Heroin or something like that.
Oh, well, see, I knew that. Well, there was a very big article written about it like a couple of years ago. So that's how I found out about it.
This is like a 2 or 3 year old HBO documentary. I just I literally watched it while you were gone. I watched it on HBO the other night.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's depressing. Keep going.
No. Yeah. Anyway. So like, but the reason that we always we were that really thin line where all the blue collars.
Yeah.
All right. So essentially everybody has a little history lesson of Doug Blank. My dad's dad, when my father was 8 years old, built a little cabin essentially on the Cape, and it's been in the family forever. So my parents collect all the nickels and dimes throughout the year, pretty much like a fucked up timeshare. Like every aunt and uncle got to take their family one part of the summer, and then we go and we see my grandma, my grandpa, and stuff like that. So I'm doing that ever since a kid. So anyways, been doing that. Both my grandparents are now gone. So I was like, kind of like, hey, I wanted to go because my dad's going up there. I wanted to be with my father and see my dad on the Cape, little catharsis.
The house is going to stay. Right? Like in the family?
They sold the house.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not necessary for anybody to have it anymore. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like my grandma's
totally.
gone. So. But anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I guess I'm telling you all this to show you why I'm going to the Cape or why I went.
It's great to hear. We get to learn a little bit more about you.
So I went to the Cape, took my beautiful girlfriend, and we had a wonderful time. Spent some good time with my parents and all my siblings, with some, and then nieces and nephews and stuff were there. But then Cape, beautiful, definitely seafood. Definitely did the cool stuff. Dude, I stayed in a really like a 1960s. If y'all hear a bunch of dogs barking, by the way, there's dogs barking in my.
I've heard no dogs.
I guess. Okay, so anyways, saying this really cool. It's called the Ambassador Inn in Yarmouth. But anyways, it has like a really old school, like 1960s indoor pool, like the dark, deep wood paneling on the sides and stuff. Dude, it was so much fun. I had more fun in that indoor pool than I did at the beach, man. It was.
I love shit like that. I'm a sucker for old like 60s and 70s architecture and design. Like, I wish everything still looked like the Brady house. I love that shit.
No, I agree. And that's what it was. And it was so cool. And it was real fun. So anyway, I did all that stuff, did all the touristy stuff, went to some of my favorite spots. Shout out to the Wee Packet, one of my favorite places on the planet. I go every time I'm there. Usually I like to go with my mom and stuff. We didn't work out this time, but whatever.
The Wee Packet?
Called the Wee Packet. I always wear a shirt. I always wear their shirts. The WEE, wee, and then Packet. It used to be a cute little spot that you go and do stuff and get chowder and you eat. But now it's pretty. They're expanding. But anyways, dude. So like when we landed in Boston, Amanda's never been there. So I'm like, she's gonna hear like New England accents, like Boston accents or whatever. My favorite. And so walk up and nothing's hitting yet. You know what I mean? No, nothing too. Not that iconic accent yet.
Is that my fucking daughter? None of that.
Not that. That's not New England. That's more New York.
No, they're literally on the Cape, aren't they? In Mystic River? I thought they were at the Cape. Man, it's been a long time.
No.
It's been a long time, man. Could be wrong.
What is this episode? Mystic River 3 now? Don't we have Mystic River 2?
She gets off the airport, she gets off the plane, and the first person she sees looks at her and goes, "One day we're gonna put this whole fucking town in our rear view."
So anyways, we get to we walk to the car rental, and the dude just walks up and he's like, I'm like, "Hey dude, I forgot to get an easy tag." He's like, "Oh yeah, I can do that for you." I'm like, "Cool." He goes, "So what are you thinking? The white, gray, or the other white?" Now I sound like a Kennedy.
White, gray, or the other white. I'm John F. Kennedy.
That's how he said it though. He goes, white, gray.
You sound so much like JFK.
That's not how he sounded. But then he goes, so he opens, he goes, "Yeah, I can get a white one," or whatever. I'm totally missing the mark of my accent real quick. I can get it. And so he opens the door and he goes, "That smells like wet dog." So it smells like wet dog in there. He goes, "You can smell it if you want. You can have this one if you want." But yeah, it's pretty. It smells like a wet dog. So I put my head. Man puts. He goes. I put him like, "Yeah, it does." He goes, "You can take it if you want. I'm sure it's shampooed, but yeah, it's up to you." I'm like, dude, no, we'll take we take the other one. And so and while we're getting in the car, he's like got another family. He's like, "Oh yeah, here you go. This is your car for enjoy your vacation." These people are getting, they're like, "What?" Yeah, it was awesome. And so the car we got in, dude, it sucked. I was like, "Cool, whatever." But I've got a Chevrolet Cruze. I've never been in a car where I'm like, "This car sucks." I've never had that experience ever. I'm like, "Oh, it's a car, whatever. Point A, point B." But Chevrolet Cruze fucking sucks, dude.
I'm looking that up right now because I don't know what that is, but I've only had one experience with a car like that too, and it was when we rented a car in New Mexico. It was a Mitsubishi box. And it was the worst experience in my fucking life.
Yeah, so you're picking up the Mitsubishi box?
What was yours called?
Chevrolet Cruze. Uncomfortable, short ceiling, even for me. The freaking Apple Car, yeah, it's awful. Apple CarPlay, you plug it in and it doesn't even work, and the next thing you know, your phone stops working. Anyways, so Amanda has been wanting to go to Salem ever since she was little, and I've always wanted to go to Salem too. Don't get me wrong, but it's never been like a bucket list kind of thing, I
was super stoked that y'all did that.
I was really excited too, but the thing is, I really didn't say it to her at the time, but I was kind of nervous that we're going to go and it's going to be really tourist trappy, you know what I mean? Let's go to the Salem witch trial exhibit and then go there and there's some lady dressed up like a witch selling shitty witch dolls and candy. Right, you know what I mean?
Right.
Really real super tourist trap, but
I feel my opinion has always been, or not my opinion, but my thought has always been that they were so solemn about whatever happened back then that it wouldn't be like that.
So I had that. I didn't know. I had that feeling too, but I just was, overpromise, underdeliver. You know what I mean? I don't want that to happen. Not even for me. I didn't want it to happen for Amanda. And so I was just because she was so excited. And so I'm like, well, I'm probably wrong, like I always am. So we go, and the first thing we're going to do is go to the memorial, right? And for those who don't know, there are some really great podcasts that I ended up listening to while I was up there that are really good about about the Salem witch trials or whatever. And I'll definitely go more into detail with that. But we listened to a couple on the way up there. No, we didn't. We didn't listen to them on the way up there. We listened to them afterwards. But anyways, I didn't know that we weren't actually going to Salem for the memorial. We're going to a town called Danvers. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Danvers, and I didn't really understand why or anything like that, and why it wasn't in Salem. I'm like, oh, I guess it really happened in Danvers, So we go to the memorial, and dude, the moment we park, we pull up. It's in the middle of a really cute neighborhood, like old school neighborhood. There is public parking behind the exhibit, so you pull into a little drive and you park, and you get out of the car, and dude, the moment, and we went, dude, it was a beautiful afternoon. We got there about 1:00. Maybe a little bit later, but we got out and it was quiet, breezy. It was like 70 degrees. It was gorgeous out, dude. And I swear, dude, like just energy, just all like grabbing you, dude. Just like power. You know what I mean? Just like a weight, like a universe, like an energy from like the area, just like everywhere, dude. I was like walking up to them. It's like a beautiful like stone memorial. It was like a proper one, something you would see at any state funded or federally funded exhibit. Memorial. You know what I mean? Or like memorial. It was like legit. You could tell just by driving up. It was huge. And dude, and like I remember walking up, dude, and I was getting like really like emotional, and like I felt like tears welling up. I was like what is going on? You know what I mean? And it's like, and like I said, it's not that I never wanted to go there. I just never like went out of my way to go. It just
wasn't something that you'd thought of.
And Amanda was just like really just taking it all in and everything. And they don't refer to it as the Salem witch trials. They refer to it as the Salem witch hysteria, because just to span the whole entire year that it happened. And just reading about it, dude, the memorial, they're like actually across the street is the magistrate house, whatever it was called, that all of it happened in. And you look across the street, like it's like directly across the street, it's like just two houses with people like that live there. It's like weird.
Very
weird place to live.
Wait, so it happened in Danvers?
So yeah. And so I was like, really? So Danvers used to be Salem Village.
Oh, okay. Because this is what, 1690?
1692. So Salem Village was Danvers. Danvers used to be Salem Village, and Salem Town used to be Salem Town, where all the marketplace was, but the village is where everybody lived. And so they go in. So, and they were trying, and like without all this, after 1692, it was such, I didn't realize it was, even back then, like going into the 1700s, everybody was trying to distance themselves away from it. Like, holy shit. Like after it happened, like within a year of after it happening, like everybody was just like, what the, and you know what I mean? You would think that they'd be like 100 years later, like, man, now I think back on it, that was bullshit. But pretty much immediately afterwards, like, what did y'all do? Like, this is bad. And so they've been trying to distance themselves from it forever.
Yeah.
And never could, because we know it as it is today. I mean, granted, there's only like a paragraph in it in our storybook, in our history books, but still, like everybody's
it's thrown at you in pop culture your whole life. The Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town. I mean, we just our generation specifically grew up with a lot of pop culture references to it.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, yeah, for sure. And like just like the witch culture is so prominent in our generation, and yeah, like you're saying, and also people like truly live those ways now, and more power to them. But anyways,
it really do be like that sometimes.
But here's the thing: none of them witches were witches.
None of them were though.
They were very devout Christians. Yeah. Every single last one of them.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, so it's the whole thing. I think there's like 21 that died, and it's like pretty much says all their names and stuff. And then there's only one marked grave that they know of, and it's Rachel Nurse. I'm probably saying the name wrong, but last name is Nurse, and and it's on her property. The original house that she lived in is still there. They rebuilt a replica of the trial house essentially. And so we went and checked that out. We got there like 10 minutes before they closed. Did a really quick walkthrough, really spooky, really eerie. Actually got to walk down to the graves, and I was like looking over, and I'm like, dude, this is one of the victims. This is Nurse. You know, it's like really overwhelming. He's like, right here, you know. And then like you look over, and there's like, I noticed this name Putnam. I'm like, Putnam. That just sounds so familiar. Like just growing up. Oh. But anyways, well, listen. So
I'm trying to that just rings such a bell for me.
I just couldn't figure it out. I still can't. But like, anyways, it just seems like an old name, like a Smith. You know?
No.
Please don't remind. I don't want to know who it is yet, because it's not going to go well with what it's going to be talking to.
I wouldn't say it if it's somebody we grew up with, but I do think that's a name we grew up with.
Well, yeah, I think it's like just one of those old names that's always been around. Putnam. Snakes.
I don't see no snakes.
So anyways, also I was actually thinking about doing a negative episode with Amanda, actually, to get to talk about this too, just to really get like a full story on, you know.
You definitely do that. You don't have to tell me.
No, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you as much as I can remember, but I think like that would be a really cool thing to really fill in the gaps and everything.
Yeah, I would love that.
And the reason, I mean, just something fun to do or whatever. But like I said, like I was kind of saying, there's already some really great podcasts out about it already, like Unobscured. That's a really good podcast. Dude, there's some really great podcasts. I'll actually add them into the link below because they're just dope. And so, but anyway, so I'm not, everything I'm telling you is scatterbrained. What? Yeah,
Unobscured.
The guy does lore. But anyways, everything I'm telling you right now, I'm sorry. It's scatterbrained. It's all over the place. It's me, your boy, Doug. Y'all know this is how I tell stories. I apologize, but I will keep going. Here we go. Anyways, from there, went into Salem, had dinner. Beautiful old dinner. Wonderful. Went to a dispensary. They had it's legal in Mass. It is first time I've been in a dispensary. Yeah, it's beautiful. And like they like do a great job and everybody's so knowledgeable and so kind. And it's like legit, absolutely legitimate. And so which is a good feeling. So anyways, I don't do weed though.
I wasn't gonna actually ask. You didn't even try some Weedos, some of them
I've
Cheetos.
done weed before.
No, I know, but they it's like the one thing I want from the store so bad. Just a bag of them Weedos. It's Cheetos, but it's weed.
Oh, nice. So yeah, we did that, and then we did like a freaking straight up tourist as ghost tour.
I saw that,
and it was so much fun. Much fun.
How did those work? Like
you walk around with a college student, and they just tell you stuff about the town in the haunted places. But here's the thing. So that's some tours that we did, and then like we went and saw this one house that I can't remember the damn name. It's called the Maritime. No, it's called the Merchant. It's called something like that. Frick, I got a picture of it, but it has this big, beautiful blue door. It's this house that freaking George Washington literally stayed in and ran out of and ended up spending the night in a tavern because he was too scared to stay in there.
What did he see?
A ghost.
Oh,
and
it was Ann Putnam, by the way.
That we went to school with?
No, that got killed at the Salem witch trials.
Ann Putnam didn't get killed?
Or I'm sorry, I thought that's what you were saying had happened to her, but she was an important witness, I guess. I looked up Putnam Witch Salem right now to see, because I thought you didn't know more. You know more. I'll let you talk. My mistake. Yeah, my mistake. I thought you were trying to figure out who that was.
So anyways, no. Okay, so
I get what was happening now.
You learn a lot about the Salem witch trials, whatever. There's a lot of hauntings all over Salem. Salem's one of the most haunted places on the planet, for sure. Nathaniel Hawthorne, did you know he's from Salem?
No.
I neither. That was really cool. And then a lot of stories about him and stuff, and about how he distanced himself from there. Dude, like because he was related to one of the judges on the trials. And he's like, this is like over 100 years after he was even born, before he was born, and he still tried to distance himself from it. So he moves to Boston, become the writer and stuff. Anyways, so keep on going. Saw the City Hall where they actually filmed the "I Put a Spell on You" scene from Hocus Pocus.
That's awesome.
Dope. Yeah, and then just a lot of spooky stuff for sure. And like I said, that's why I kind of want to do it. I think it'll be good for negative, so just really focus on it. And I think it'd be cool to have Amanda be here because she can really, she'll definitely drill it in, you know?
Yeah, I think that'd be great. I think everybody would enjoy that.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. So anyways, and so like Cruel Town, dude, and I think it was really special that we actually went in July instead of like October, because I think that whole cheesiness that I was so scared of, that wasn't a part of it. I think that's probably would be a part of it, you know, during the holidays. Yeah, and so it's like, all right, so we did a perfect time to go. Just out of shits and giggles, I looked up Airbnb for it's like just impossible to book Salem anywhere. Hotels, it's completely booked throughout October.
Oh, sure.
And November. Yeah, just slammed. And so we did that, dude. But the whole time we were there was just energy. You know what I mean? Like just some, not a weight on the chest, nothing scary, but like just like there was just like something on you, you know. And it wasn't discouraging. It was pleasant, if anything, you know. But it was just really cool. And on the drive home, it was a full moon, dude. Then we put on the podcast stuff, dude, and it was so nice up there. It never got above 85 degrees, and we're like wearing like jackets and stuff. And dude, just that whole entire cruise home just felt like it was turning into like a fall day. It was so cool. And then yeah, it was a blast. And so move on from Salem, went back to the Cape, spent the next day with my fam, and then we took my nephew into Boston and we stayed 2 days in Boston.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, got tickets to Fenway versus Yankees, the end of that series, and freaking dude, I've been to Fenway Park, but I've never actually been to a game at Fenway Park, and that was just badass. Yeah, so much fun.
Things to do for sure. That's fucking awesome.
Dude, sat in the bleachers and stuff. Got the tickets are actually decently priced, like less like $60 a ticket. I mean, I know that sounds like a lot, but to go to a game at Fenway, that's pretty damn good. Yeah. And especially to see the Yankees. And so, dude, the Yankees are just fucking 4-0 all the way through the seventh inning stretch, dude. I got to sing Sweet Caroline in Fenway Park, dude. How cool is that?
That's fucking awesome.
Awesome, dude. Seventh inning stretch at Fenway Park is iconic. And so, dude, anyways, we sang Sweet Caroline at the top of our lungs. The entire stadium was going berserk. There's this badass lady standing up here in the corner just dancing the entire time. Amanda's just like she saw Amanda Snapchatting or whatever. She just it just goes even harder. It was so much fun. My nephew was he's a huge ball fan. He was so into the game. I was like, dude, this is all you got me going. Like Yankees suck. And our family, we're all Mets fans, but we're but our whole thing is we don't care who if the Yankees are playing the Sox, we don't care who wins as long as the Yankees lose. It's yeah, so it's fun, and so we're all rooting and stuff. We're part of the whole experience. Even got a fucking Boston camouflage bucket hat, dude.
Hell yeah!
That's how much fun I had, And so
damn, I cannot quit yawning. Fuck.
It's okay, dude. It's okay. I don't blame you. This is quite boring.
No, this is great. I just got the yawns.
So I got the yawns, and so, dude. Anyways, so eighth inning comes in, top of the eighth, freaking. What are they called? The Sox. The Red Sox just fucking rally, dude. Just freaking end up winning the game 5-4, which was incredible. That place was lit up. Everybody has a thick ass Boston accent. People just taking their shirts off, stumbling all over Fenway. It was awesome, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we left there and then hung out with my brother and stuff for a little bit longer and his family, and then hung out with my nephews and stuff. Went and saw some stuff. Saw the Edgar Allan Poe statue, which is really cool. And then, then we went on another ghost tour. What did we do? We went on another ghost tour that night. A Boston ghost tour. Yeah,
that's sick.
It was.
Did they
tits?
Did you find that guy's daughter?
Huh?
I said, you find that guy's daughter?
Dude, you're gonna love this, dude. There was do you know what a private library is called?
A private library? No.
Athenaeum?
I know that.
Look it up. Athenaeum or Athenaeum? I think it's Athenaeum. Look up the boss. Stop licking your lip like that. Athenaeum.
I think. I don't know. Hold on. Let me get the. No, that's Boston Private Library. There we go. Oh, bro, that has a fucking letter that's an A and an E. I can't pronounce that.
It's Athenaeum, I believe.
Okay, I'll believe it.
And so, anyway, so that's a private library. Obviously, the public can't go. You have to be a member of it, right? That's one of the most prestigious places in Boston, apparently. And Nathaniel Hawthorne used to hang out there all the time. There's a story that we heard. Athenaeum. And so Athenaeum.
I just did the pronunciation.
Athenaeum. All right. So
did you hear that?
No. So as Athenaeum happened, dude, we went there, and that's this whole story about Nathaniel Hawthorne that we read in a wax museum in Salem. The tour guy's this is, and oh, weird. They're Athenaeum. I think it's Athenaeum.
It looks like Athenaeum.
Let's say Athenaeum. Okay. Athenaeum. Athenaeum sounds better.
Athenaeum.
All right, let's say Athenaeum. Athenaeum. What do you want to say?
I don't want to say shit. You say.
So we're there in this whole story, this whole full blown real life ghost story that deals with Nathaniel Hawthorne and this old reverend that they became friends in this Athenaeum, and that it just blew my mind. It's like he's telling a story. He's like, yeah. Then he kept on going in, and the reverend kept on ignoring him. And he's finally like, why is the reverend ignoring me? Like, because he's been dead for 2 days. So apparently it's this ghost, and this ghost has been hanging out there for a week. And then finally the ghost reads the paper and realizes that he's dead and flies. I'm like, and the whole time going, I just learned about this in a fucking wax museum. I'm like, this is the place. I'm like, I wouldn't say it out loud. I'm like, this is the spot. I know this one. And dude, I was so excited. For sure. And then, Joel, you're going to love this. I kind of texted you while it was happening, but it's just so much stuff. You're like walking around and like, so like the cool thing about Boston, if you've ever been, that city was just kind of built into the nooks and crannies that were already there. You know what I mean? Like Fenway Park was built into a neighborhood. So Fenway's like a really awkward stadium, you know? And so, and so like it just has a lot of character there, you know, and it's no matter where you're at, it feels like a small town too. You know what I mean? You know, like if you're in Houston, even if you're in a neighborhood, it feels big. You know, you're in a big town. Like New York, even if you're in a bar, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Like in New York, have you ever been to New York? So when you're in New York, you'd be sitting in a bar in the Lower East, but you feel like you're in a freaking huge city, right? In LA, you know, when you're in Hollywood, you might just be sitting in your apartment, but you just feel like you're in a city.
Yeah, totally.
God, I am so sorry. I'm so sneezy. But anyways, Boston, no matter where you're at, you feel like you're in a very small town. Fair enough?
Yeah, totally.
Kind of like Austin. Austin has that vibe. But what am I telling you this for? Oh, so the reason I'm telling you this is because like during this thing, like we're going through this thing, and you know, this ghost tour is littered with actual American history and stuff like that too. So I stand there and like we're like standing on this like weird little corner, and there's like a gas station right there. There's a house right here, and there's something. He's like, oh yeah, this is the old this is the original state house where they actually where the Boston Massacre happened. And like saying, like, what? Like this is actual state house. And you look down, there's like I mean, it's pretty good size, but just a little memorial in the sidewalk that people walk over every day. And it's like, oh wait, like, yeah, this is where the Boston Massacre happened. We're like, what? We're all just standing on it. It's like, what? Like right here. Yeah. So yeah. And like, so right over there by that, by that parking garage right there, that's actually where the British were standing. And then they shot them all, those 6 men dead right here. And they dragged them into the bodies into here. And Sam Adams just hanging on this. I'm like, what? Like here? You know what I mean?
Beer? Sam Adams, the beer?
But you think about like going to Washington DC and stuff, and you're like going on these big fields and like being quiet in these like huge memorials or something, or like when you go to like Goliad, you're driving into the middle of nowhere, you know, but it's like all just there. And like, they're like, it's like, yeah, but we're a city. We have to move on, you know? So this stuff's here. We still have to get to work. We still have to pay our rent. So I'm like, I get it. I like this one building is like, this is the actual tower where they freaking decided to do the Boston Tea Party, and they were going to tear it down in like the 80s. And then finally somebody's like, yo, dude, you got to stop tearing down all this shit. It's part of our history. So they finally came up with a restoration project. Like, what? Like, yeah, they're just going to tear it down just because it's in the way. Yeah. And then, so with that said, so you're like walking by and you just look over to the right, and there's ancient graveyards everywhere. It's like, dude, they're just there. And they don't call them cemetery. And do you know the difference between a cemetery and a burial ground?
Burial ground is when the plot's above land, right?
Wrong. So that's a mausoleum, what you're thinking of.
No. I mean, I might have worded it wrong. Like New Orleans, how they bury them above ground in the stone. That's
a mausoleum. And the reason they do that is because it's below sea level.
Right. A mausoleum's that building, though, with the bodies all stacked in a row. I'm talking about.
Mausoleums are in cemeteries or burial grounds.
I get what you're saying.
So you don't know the difference. I didn't either. I didn't raise my hand when he asked. Cemetery is blessed and typically connected to a church, and it's blessed ground, right?
I guess.
Burial ground is not blessed. It's just a place where people are buried.
That's where I want to go.
And so that's why apparently in the lore, it's like if you're running from demons or witches or anything, you're protected in a cemetery, but not in a burial ground.
That's where I'm going to be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Throw me in the trash.
So there's burial grounds everywhere. And so we walked to the last stop or whatever. And he's like, yeah, there's placard. He's like things for people that the people that were murdered in the Boston Massacre are buried in here. Paul Revere might be over there, but they think he's over there, but they're pretty sure that he's right there. Saying all this stuff and like, oh, cool. And so like there's a pub right over here. People are drunk, stumbling out, and look over to the left and stuff. And I'm like, and my nephew's like, that's Samuel Adams' tombstone right there. I'm like, where? Like in the back? I'm like, how do you see that? He's like, no, it's right here. And I walk over and like from me to the freaking wall, dude, just Sam Adams' grave right there. It's like, it's just so bizarre. You know what I mean? It's just like,
yeah.
So something but what I thought was the coolest thing about this entire experience, I kind of texted you when it was happening. There is the Omni Parker Hotel, or the Parker Omni Hotel, I think it's called. And so, and it's a place where they invented the Boston cream pie and the Parker rolls. All right. I know about those because I just worked in the kitchen for a long time and I like dessert. So I have a sweet tooth. No big deal. Am I boring you?
Not at all.
All right.
I love this.
If anybody's still sticking with me, fuck yeah.
And it's Omni Parker, I believe.
Omni Parker
House.
Omni Parker. Yes, that's it. There's a lot of history behind the building, but let's just get to brass tacks. So there's a room in the Omni Parker 303. Okay. So the first story is that started off with Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens, when he wrote A Christmas Carol, came over to the States to personally read to the people A Christmas Carol. Essentially, he was
bless him for that.
But you know what I mean? Like, what do you compare that to now?
Sure. Like they have book readings now, but I mean, like, yeah, that would be what? Like, listen, like, dude, that would be like going to a play or something back then. Charles Dickens is going to sail the open seas to read you it's like that fucking Tom Hanks movie I was just watching, the fucking News of the World. This dude's job was to ride his horse to different towns and read the newspaper to him. I
was thinking more along the lines of like a press tour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So anyways, Charles Dickens stayed in room 303. Went over to this balcony, which you can see, and read it to all the people of Boston, A Christmas Carol, for the first time for any Americans to hear. He read it from this balcony right there. I was like, what the shit?
Could you imagine? First off, I'm gonna let you finish, but just imagine both sides of that. You're Charles Dickens, and you're like, what would be a good idea? Reading this book to all the people of Boston. And he opens up the fucking door and he goes, "'Twas the night before Christmas," or however the fuck that book starts. And then immediately starts to realize, because he's probably like, "'Twas the night before Christmas." And then he gets to the second page and he's going, "Oh, I fucking bit off way more than I could chew, bro." And he's like skipping pages and shit.
Maybe I don't want to read this book to these.
That's like a 200-page book, dog. He's just
really?
That's a fucking crusher, dude. That's a fucking novel.
I didn't know that.
Let's see how many pages it is.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of oh yeah. You know what I was thinking of the whole time?
What?
I was thinking of
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a much shorter fucking story.
I thought it was Night Before Christmas. Wait,
Charles Dickens wrote A Christmas Carol, and it's 84 pages long. So I mean, it's
and that's the one with Ebenezer Scrooge. I was thinking about the one where the freaking Quiet as a Mouse.
Before Christmas with All Through the House. Yeah, Dickens didn't write that.
Charles Dickens came to America and be like, "'Twas the night before Christmas, and all was asleep in the house."
That's Clement Clark. That's Clement Clark Moore. That's considered a poem.
Charles Dickens came over here to read that poem from a balcony. People were like, "What the fuck?"
He'd have to fucking read it in a goddamn time machine. That's like a good 100 years before that even existed.
Really?
I think. Hold on. Christmas Carol was written in Christmas Carol. Copyright. 1914.
Damn.
And then 'Twas the Night. It's called A Visit from St. Nick.
1914 when the Christmas Carol came out? Weird.
Apparently.
I thought it was way earlier than that.
Me too. And then, oh, fuck. Maybe he was reading that fucking Visit from St. Nick. That was written in 1854. So a good 50 years before the Ghost Christmas
Before
book
Charles Dickweed put out that bad boy.
Ghostbusters, whatever fucking drag.
What?
Man, R.I.P. Joey Jordison and I guess Dusty from ZZ Top.
Misty Hill.
I didn't know that one. I saw that right before I got on. And,
yeah, dude, bummer.
Fucking Bob Odenkirk, literally, up until an hour ago, no one knew what was going on with that. But his son just tweeted he's going to be okay. But they're saying now, I guess he had a heart attack.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't good.
Huh. They never are.
Well, no, but I mean, like, apparently that's why we didn't get any updates all day. Because usually when a massive celebrity has a heart attack or something, you fucking know when they go to the hospital, and then immediately their PR person will either say, like, things are not good, but we're hopeful, or they'll say they're better, And this time there was nothing, straight radio silence, and people like Bryan Cranston were tweeting saying pray for him, and I was like, bro, what is going on?
Damn, dude, I didn't know that.
Bob Odenkirk, bro, he's a fucking treasure.
Yeah, he's a national treasure, man.
Joey Jordison was a fucking national treasure.
Yeah,
probably
dude.
the greatest drummer that I've ever heard.
He got so many people into drumming, man, and like obviously I'm a huge Slipknot fan, so you are as well in ways.
100%. He's number one, bro. There are no more living original members of Slipknot, like left in the band.
Let's see, there's a lot of living original members.
No, I mean left in the band.
What? Corey Taylor?
There's no more original members left in the band.
Jim Root?
I don't, dude. I'm if I'm not mistaken, he was the last. Well, I guess so. I guess the founding members of Slipknot are only considered to be Joey, Sean Cran, and Paul Gray. So
damn.
So they're all dead.
Not Clown. Clown's alive.
Is that Sean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's really sad.
Yeah, Paul's dead, and
anyways, the end of that story is that freaking.
My bad, dude. Fuck.
No, it's fine. It's fine. A famous actress, apparently in the old days, died in 303, and it became haunted from then. And the only person that stays in that room now and is allowed to stay in that room is Stephen King. And Stephen King hates staying in that room, but he stays in there multiple times, even hating it. And he used the writing in that room for
1408.
For 1408. That was his inspiration, and that is what it is based off of, that room and his stay in that room. And Stephen King is noted for hating that room and does not like going in there, but he goes in there
to write. Dude. Hell yeah.
Wild. So, but back to Joy. So that was my story. Like I said, I'm broken record, negative episode. To really dial that in, really throw in some more information, some fun notes. That'd be cool. But I did want to, I'm happy you brought Joey Jordison. Dude, ninth grade is a hard year for every young person, for sure. But dude, 8th grade and 9th grade, man, like the first Slipknot album was a crucial part of my young life. I love that album dearly. Huh? Self-titled.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And so, and dude, and then I know. And then my nephew and I got to go see them in concert for the first time together. It's a big part of his young life. And it's just a tradition to go, like, Slipknot has just become like something something that people used to make fun of. Oh, they're wearing masks and like they're just, they're dumb. It's like, and then now they turn into like this, like, there's like
poor dudes. I venture to say they're probably the most successful metal band of all time.
They're the new
Kiss, as
man.
Success goes. I think they probably would be considered more successful than even Metallica.
No, yeah, in ways, yeah. But they're the new Kiss, man. Like they put on the best shows ever. They're poor in Iowa, and they became something that's made their great story, like a great a great inspirational story. And dude, like Joey Jordison being a crucial part of that sound,
massive part of that sound.
Yeah, probably the most. Probably him on that set for those first few albums are like pretty much made them what they are and made them so special. And it's like
the percussion was always just such a massive part of Slipknot.
Absolutely. And so it just anyway, so more rest in power, rest in peace, dude. And I mean, number one is gone, but you know, into his family and friends and everything. I hope you guys are okay and dealing with this as best as possible.
Don't forget, like, shout out to all the bands he fucking played with after Slipknot.
For sure.
Like Metallica and fucking oh my god, I just had a list of all these pulled up earlier.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was like his
Murder
band.
Dolls. He fucking went and turned that Murder Dolls band, which murdercore not my thing. Like horrorcore, that shit's not for me. ICP and stuff, twisted. But you know, more power to you. But he went and turned that band into like a massive cult band out of nowhere.
There were some other bands too that he was a part of too, and like, and then also Dusty Hill, man, Texas legend, dude, ZZ Top. Never got to see him.
I didn't realize that until like right before we went on. That's sad.
Yeah,
man, he was very old, wasn't he?
72.
Yeah, that's fairly young, but for a rocker, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, and like, you know, Billy, we were talking about Billy Gibbons a lot lately and stuff, and it's just like, dude, like I've been listening, everybody's been listening. I've been listening to a lot of ZZ Top. I've always listened to a lot of ZZ. Everybody, I mean, yeah, ZZ Top's always on. And it's like, it's just a bummer, dude. Like, you know, you got to go, especially the older you are. You know, it's just inevitability. But R.I.P. to Dusty Hill and to his family and friends and everyone that he's touched and shown love and inspired. Hey, hope you're well.
Let's see. And while you were gone, Biz Markie died.
Yep.
R.I.P. Biz Markie. I know, like,
I wasn't gone.
I was very sad, but as a fucking kid who grew up in the 90s, I would have been sad regardless because he was such a mainstay on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network.
Oh, yeah. And he also, like, dude, I remember Biz Markie being in Men in Black 2.
Fuck yes, dude. That was the first fucking thing I thought of when I heard that he died. In my head, I heard Just a Friend, but I saw his Men in Black character.
Yeah, dude, he was such a cool character, and he was like all of this, and like all of his songs were just so much fun.
Dude, apparently kids are pretty upset about it because he was a main character on some show called Yo Gabba Gabba. It's some kids show.
Yeah.
And he's like one of the main characters. So kids are like, parents are having to tell kids about why Biz Markie is gone or whatever.
Oh, it's so sad.
That is so sad, bro.
But hey, dude, more power to them. I hope that they're traveling through the cosmos and finding some and just vibing with the new energy or whatever, you know. Whatever.
Fucking
they're good. No,
hey,
dude.
What does fucking A mean?
Fucking A, man. Fucking awesome.
Is it awesome though? Because I always hear
fucking A, man.
Exactly. I always hear it and use it in a bad way. Like when shit's just so much, I'm just like, fucking A, dude. Like,
well, dude, awesome doesn't necessarily mean good. Awesome just means you're awestruck. Like it's awesome.
But I feel like when you say fucking awesome, oh, I guess that could be like sarcastic. That's sarcastic.
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing it down a notch. I'm sorry everybody had to go through my storytelling. You know, it's like kind of weird. Like we did this like upgrade to this. Oh yeah, Vitas. I'm always dude, Tommy Trumpet. That dude blows my mind.
Dog.
What is his deal?
That Tommy Trumpet shit. The videos of him and the fucking that's the cat who fucking dances around the New York subway thing, right?
I guess.
And he's got his like instruments and shit, and he does his jazz. It's fucking crazy. And then Vitas, Doug's been sending me the same video of Vitas performing with fucking
Tommy Trumpet.
That's not the same cat then. But yeah, he keeps sending me this video of him performing with somebody named, I guess, Tommy Trumpet. But
at like, Tomorrowland? What the fuck? Where are they?
I've never been to that, but Tomorrowland's amazing. To think of like a massive it's a festival, right? But it's EDM, but it's a lot of shit to like get you tripping. You know what I mean? Like a lot of that's where like the electric forest is, where you can walk through all the neon trees.
Wait, where is Tomorrowland?
My voice shaking.
I don't know.
I'm about to cry about this fucking rave.
You got to cry about Tomorrowland?
No,
hold on. Where's Tomorrowland at?
Hold on. I searched where's Tomorrowland, and it just came up canceled. massive. Like it doesn't say anything else. It says canceled. It's in Germany.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a massive EDM trip fest. Think of like EDC, like Electric Daisy Carnival or whatever. But that's that fucking massive one that they shut down the fucking city of Vegas in that one time, and they had everybody raging in the streets to some fucking dude. I don't know, bro. The whole rave scene isn't for me, man.
I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but it's not.
But Vetus though, I get that, bro.
I thought it was Vitas.
Who cares, bro? He was doing that shit in 1997, dog. He had that song, The Fifth Element, and that's what, or The Seventh Element, rather, and that's what it is. He's the seventh element, man.
That's him singing in The Fifth Element?
No. He had a song called The Seventh Element. That's that song.
Oh, okay.
That's from the 90s, bro. That's a mad famous fucking a techno song. That is now, it became popular as a meme like 5-6 years ago, and then it just, the EDM kids kind of just loved him and brought him back in. Now he does little things like that. But that's what he's known for, is that wild ass fucking tongue play.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the episode. I didn't see it, but I believe you. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel.
And please, to watch more episodes or subscribe, click right here. And to watch the last one, click where Joel's clicking. All right. Bye, everybody.